This is something shocking. Fires, explosions and closed airports. Consequences of massive drone strikes on Russia. The latest news next. On the night of January 24th, many regions of Russia complained of an air attack and reported air defense operations. Drones hit industrial, oil and energy facilities, and the operation of many airports was restricted. About the consequences of the drone attack on Ryazan, the Moscow region, Bryansk, Engels and beyond in RBC-Ukraine's report. In the evening before, on January 23rd, several Russian regions were reporting the danger of air attacks. In particular, the threat of drone strikes was reported in Moscow, Rostov, Kursk, Bryansk, Tambov, Lipetsk and Tula regions. A similar announcement was made for the temporarily occupied Crimea. Later, the network began to report explosions on the territory of Russia in many regions and cities. Ryazan. At about 11:30 p.m., local authorities reported on the allegedly successful work of air defense to eliminate drones in the Ryazan region. According to the governor of the region, Pavel Malkov, there were no casualties and material damage is being assessed. Later, reports about a series of explosions, about 10 in the regional center, and the work of air defense began to appear on Ryazan Telegram channels. There were also reports of severe fires, first in the area of the Ryazan oil refinery, then on the territory of the Novoryazan thermal power plant. Let's see.
Я ехал по Солочинской дороге, я увидел, что они летят прямо вот параллельно Солочинской трассе, через Аку и в эту сторону. Уже не так понятно было.
Идешь. Там просто все машины некоторые остались.
In addition, Russian media and monitoring channels also reported that the Diaghilevo military air base on the outskirts of Ryazan could have come under attack. According to open data, Tu-95 and Tu-22 aircraft are deployed there, and the 360th aircraft repair plant is located nearby. The governor of the Ryazan region said that as a result of the air attack on Ryazan, the drone's wreckage hit a private house. A fire broke out and was extinguished as soon as possible. There were no casualties, the Russian official wrote on Telegram. The governor did not say anything about the burning refinery or thermal power plant in Ryazan, despite the numerous relevant images on the network. Let's see. Andriy Kovalenko, head of the Center for Counter Disinformation at the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine, commented online on the information about the burning plant of the Ryazan oil refinery company, which is part of Rosneft. He noted that this facility is one of the key ones in the Russian oil industry and plays an important role in providing fuel for both the civilian and military industrial complex of Russia. He also added that the enterprise produces fuel for military equipment, aviation, kerosene, diesel fuel, and other types of petroleum products used in tanks, aircraft, ships, and other equipment of the Russian army. Moscow and the region. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin claimed that drones attempted to attack the Russian capital. According to him, air defense systems were operating in the region and several UAVs were allegedly eliminated. The mayor of Russia's capital said that a drone attack was so-called repelled in the Kolomna urban district and the Ramenskoye urban district. They were allegedly flying towards Moscow. Later, he stated that 2 more drones were shot down in the Podolsk urban district. 1 more UAV was eliminated in the Troitsky administrative district of Moscow, and then 1 more in the Sholkovo urban district. All of them, according to Sobyanin, were flying toward the Russian capital. He also added that emergency services specialists are working at the scene. There were no reports of any damaged facilities or injuries. Bryansk and Engels. Russian networks and Telegram channels also reported a drone strike on Bryansk that night. In this city, the Kremlin plant was allegedly targeted by drones. The facility was hit, followed by a fire. Footage of the allegedly burning plant was posted online with a column of smoke visible above it. Meanwhile, the Mesh Telegram channel wrote that in Bryansk, the wreckage of the destroyed drone fell near the production facility. At the same time, the governor of the Bryansk region, Alexander Bogomas, wrote on his Telegram that air defense systems were operating in the region due to an air attack using drones. The Russian official did not disclose any other details. In the morning, Kovalenko also spoke about the Bryansk plant that was attacked today. He pointed out that the Kremlin produces microelectronics for missile systems, Pantsir air defense systems and Iskander missiles, as well as for radar and electronic warfare systems and Russian drones. This is at least the third attack by unknown drones on this enterprise, he added. There was also information about a UAV strike on Engels, Saratov region. Russian media reported that the drones allegedly tried to attack a local oil refinery. About 7 explosions were heard in the city, and air defense operations continued in the region. The attack preliminarily involved long-range UAVs such as the Luty and 2.5-meter kamikaze drones Bober, the Telegram channel said. Saratov, Tatarstan and beyond. On the night of January 24th, an air raid alert was sounded in Saratov due to the threat of drones. Local public media reported on the work of air defense in the region. The governor of the region, Roman Busargin, said in the early morning that UAVs were allegedly eliminated in the region. There were no casualties or damage, he added. In addition, the Russian media also reported on the threat of UAV attack in Tatarstan. Plane carpet at Russian airports. Shortly after midnight, Rus Aviation announced the temporary suspension of the operation of the Modedovo International Airport near Moscow and Zhukovsky Airport in the Moscow region. Later, it became known that the carpet plan was also introduced at Moscow's Vnukovo Airport. This plan is announced if there is a threat of aircraft being hit or if a crossing of the Russian border is detected. Measures include banning and suspending landings and departures. In addition, at night, the Russian side also announced restrictions on the operation of the airports of Kazan, Samara, Penza, Saratov and Nizhnekamsk. In the morning, Rus Aviation also announced temporary restrictions on the reception and departure of aircraft at Ufa Airport. Russian Defense Ministry reports on repelling drone attacks in the region. In the morning, the Russian Ministry of Defense announced the interception and destruction of 121 UAVs overnight. Russia's defense ministry claims that the drones were Ukrainian and that they were shot down in a total of 10 regions and over the occupied Crimea. Those, according to the Russian ministry, drones were eliminated. 37 UAVs were destroyed in the Bryansk region, 20 in the Ryazan region, 17 in the Kursk region, 17 in Saratov region, 6 in the Moscow region, 6 in the Belgorod region, 3 in the Voronezh region, 2 in the Tula region, 2 in the Arol region, 2 in the Lipetsk region, 1 over Moscow and 1 in the occupied Crimea. Later, the Russian Ministry of Defense updated its list of downed drones that night and said that an attack was also repelled in the Leningrad region. They allegedly destroyed 3 UAVs. That is, we're talking about drone attacks at night and in the morning in 11 regions of Russia and the occupied Ukrainian Crimea. President Volodymyr Zelensky reacted to the overnight strike by Russian forces on Ukrainian territory, calling for increased pressure on Russia. Ukrainian leader made the following statement on his Telegram channel. What happened earlier? Last night, the Russian army launched nearly 60 drones over Ukrainian territory. According to Ukrainian's Air Force, the drones were launched from 4 locations in Russia: Orel, Kursk, Bryansk and Primorsk-Akhtarsk. In total, Ukrainians' air defense forces destroyed 25 drones. In particular, air defense units were active in the Sumy, Kyiv, Chernihiv, Cherkasy, Zhytomyr, Khmelnytsky and Lviv regions. Zelensky's reaction: according to the president, rescue operations continued almost all night in areas where debris was found.
Unfortunately, 3 people were killed. My condolences to their families and loved ones. There are injured individuals who are receiving necessary medical assistance. The rescue operation only concluded at 9 a.m. Kyiv time, Zelensky wrote.
The president expressed gratitude to rescuers, medical workers, police officers, and everyone who helped save lives.
I also thank every leader and every country that is putting pressure on Russia to end this unprovoked and terrorist war. In particular, there must be accountability for every component used to produce Shahed drones and missiles supplied in violation of sanctions. Russia would not be able to wage war at all if its collaborators were genuinely restricted from supporting this terror and these assaults on the front.
That's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe.